What do you mean you don't have a boyfriend? You're so pretty. What do you mean you have 0 men in your phone? What do you mean you've gone 8 months without... What do you mean? That makes no sense. Yeah, well, combine pretty with intelligent, strong, successful, slaying at life, you've got a very terrifying woman on your hands. A very not easy woman on your hands, right? Men don't like that. Men do not like me. Men are very, very terrified of me. And the men who do like me, the ones that are attracted to me, are unavailable. Men who are in relationships actively. And uggo weirdos. Because at the end of the day, I am merely just a fantasy. I am not a real human because of the pretty and scary. So yes, babe, I'm alone. I'm very, 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 very single.
I get that this is what you tell yourself to sleep peacefully at night, but you didn't have to tell that to the world.
I always get what I want when I'm dating because I train men like dogs. There's 3 things you can do to train a man like a dog. Number 1, and the most important to me, is give him tasks to complete. Give him little tasks, big tasks. If you have a dilemma in your life, let him fix it. Whatever problem you have, if he can fix it, he can progress with you. If he can't, or he says no, he's a little bitch anyway, and you don't want a failure in your life. He's fake. Number 2 is positive reinforcement. Just like dogs, men need positive reinforcement to reward them. They need to know that they're doing right and they're doing good. So you can verbally show your appreciation. Oh, baby, thank you so much for helping me move house. Whatever it is that he's done, show him appreciation. Thank him. You know, use your words, use a smile, like be kind, be nice. Your energy is so important. And that's what he wants to take from you, your energy. Number 3, have clear boundaries. If he's disrespected you, if he's not paying you attention, if he's doing things that you don't like, withdraw your attention, withdraw your time, your availability, you're gone.
Am I the only one that feels like we are kind of at war with men right now? Or like, I'm feeling very against men right now. Like, I go spaces where there's majority men, and I feel there's something there. I feel like I am resentful, like when I go to the gym and there's guys there, when I go golfing and it's all men, I'm just like, I think all of you hate me. I think all of you hate me and wish that I don't know, it's just the way that men have been treating women for so many generations, and today we're like, wait, what the fuck? Why is locker room talk a thing? Like, why? Like, it's just... Maybe I just don't respect them or something more than ever, but I don't know. Does anyone else feel this when they're around men specifically?
I haven't been fucked in a while, and honestly, I thought that was one of the reasons as to why I was getting so aggravated, just because I needed to be dicked down. But yesterday, I slapped a man. And today, that has given me the greatest sense of peace that no fuck would ever be able to give me. The moral of the story is, don't fuck the man, slap them.
Why are men so fucking stupid? Oh my god. I'm like talking to this guy. I saw him every day last week. Every damn day. And he's messaging me, I feel like you don't like me. That's Marlon! Who is the girl? Me or you, motherfucker? Because I know it's me. I'm the one with the vagina. Dating 2026 Brisbane fucking cancelled. Seriously. Why are you more emotional than I am? I'm on my period too. Anyway.
Guys, you know what I was thinking about today? Men have it so easy. Men have it so freaking easy. One, they don't bleed every month, okay? They don't go through literal psychosis 3 weeks out of the month, okay? Which that leaves 1 week that I'm normal, that I'm a normal person. So that's 12 weeks out of the year that I am a sane human being. And that probably goes for every girl, because depending on like what phase I'm in and like my cycle or whatever, I will literally be batshit crazy, like crazy. And then like I'll look back, like on my normal week, I'll look back on to like see what I did during those other 3 weeks, and it's like, holy shit, who was that person? So that's issue number one. Okay. Issue number two is, honestly, I really think men have the pick of the litter. They do, because there are so many pretty single girls out there. And then when you look at the ratio of single pretty women to single pretty men, or like good looking men, girls, men. Okay. That's how it is. Anyway, that's just my thought of the day. And there's so many other things that men have it easy with. And this is just me complaining. Okay, bye.
I saw this TikTok, and it was a girl talking about how the only reason that she's ever thought about a man is because she was bored. And I did some self-reflecting. And yeah. It definitely checks out.
When I see a black man in a relationship and he constantly promotes himself cooking for his girl, and his girl's constantly posting, I love when my man cooks for me. Oh my God, jerk chicken, rice and peas tonight. I know he's broke as fuck. Like, I know he's broke as fuck. Let it be an Asian man or white man, I know that he probably just has a passion for cooking. But if it's a black man, he's broke.
Men are jealous of women. They want to be us. They don't even know it. It's like completely subconscious. But I figured it out. I've interviewed I don't know, probably 1,000 men. And that's the conclusion I've come to. I will not be further elaborating, and you can just watch my videos if you want to understand what I'm talking about. It's obvious. Men are just jealous of us.
Men who are struggling to get women and just complain constantly about how hard it is to get women, those two things are connected. Please do not complain about modern dating and how you have to pay for things and how hard it is and expect to get bitches. No one thinks whining and negativity is attractive. No one thinks that's an attractive trait to have. If you want to think in the privacy of your own head that modern dating is extremely difficult, and maybe it legitimately is very difficult for you, I'm not saying that's not true, but publicly declaring that from the rooftops and being super self-pitying about it, you are creating a self-fulfilling prophecy, baby. It's just going to keep being hard for you.
Is there anyone else who's been single long enough that have become so accustomed to their own company and comfortable that if the opportunity presents itself, they think long and hard about whether they want to pursue that opportunity? I truly think the longer you're single, and I mean truly single, I'm not talking about jumping from relationship to relationship, dating around. I'm talking about solid solitude. I mean single, I'm talking at least 2 years. So single that you can travel solo, you can sit at a restaurant or a bar alone, you can go to the movies, you can do whatever activity alone, and you're not waiting on anyone. It becomes a lot more challenging to accept any sort of dynamic, romantic dynamic specifically. And I think that people really do miss the opportunity of actually getting to know someone as friends before connecting with someone on a romantic level. And that's why so many fall apart. And the societal norms of, oh, you need to date around and explore your options. It's like, no, you actually don't really have options.
The only reason why women think that the dating pool is full of piss is because a lot of y'all have a lot of unrealistic expectations. Y'all done playing with the Pookies and Ray Rays. Now y'all expect to come to this dating pool at the age, with the children, with the bodies, and think that you're just gonna find this Prince Charming, right? But little do y'all understand, or little do y'all realize, is that men see it. Like, you literally just turned around and had 3 kids by Pookie. Now you expect to come into this dating pool and you want me to be the Prince Charming after you done made all your mistakes. And then on top of that, y'all have all these expectations for these men. He gotta have this, he gotta have that, he gotta do this, he gotta do that. Whole time y'all had none of these expectations from the men that you laid with and had a baby with. That's why y'all say that the That's why y'all think, rather, that the dating pool is full of piss, because y'all have unrealistic expectations.
I really just hate that hating men is trendy now. A lot of y'all will get online and talk shit about men all the time while simultaneously still trying to date them. It's like the way that y'all consistently claim that you're decentering men and yet all you do is talk about them is just so wild to me. And you're not decentering men if you're a misandrist. If you don't care about men, you won't talk about them that much. They don't pass your mind because you have other things to do. You don't have to make a post about, look at the hobbies that I'm doing now that I'm decentering men. Like, you don't need a trophy or a cookie for focusing on yourself. That still is saying that in the society, they're just that important that you have to make a statement about it. And it's like, I don't think people understand the psychology of that. Like, good for you that you have hobbies and things to do, but you don't have to put men in the sentence in order for you to do it. Whenever our actions revolve around men, you're still thinking about them. Therefore, they're still centered.
Things you should say to men just to piss them off. Part 2. You look like you like your steak well done. As long as that makes sense to you. You're going to be a catch once your frontal lobe develops. You don't read with your pointer finger, do you? You look like you don't know how to float. I feel like you're bad at directions. Do you want your own bowling ball? And shoes? Kind of look like you don't know how to swim. Do you know how to tell time, like on a clock? Were you born premature? Do you normally skip leg day? Oh my gosh, was your barber in a rush this week?
Sorry to break it to you boys, but women do love the bad boy. Not for the reasons that you think. So the women who go after the bad boy, the nonchalant, the hot and cold, on again, off again, toxic man, they are confusing these toxic behaviors with passion because of their own trauma, which we're not going to dive into in this video. But I've heard a lot of men say that because they've seen the bad boy, the nonchalant guy win in dating, they've now adapted to this behavior. But my question for you is that the type of woman that you really want to win over? Because I guarantee you, the men dating these women and relationships with these women, it either doesn't last or they're not happy. And while you're trying to be nonchalant to win over more women, you're actually missing out on winning over the right women, because there are women out there looking for something genuine, consistent, calm, and stable and real.
Have you guys seen how long it took someone to help Irina Zarutska as she was lying lifeless on the floor of the train? It took about 1 minute and 30 seconds of her lying there and bleeding out on the floor of the train for someone to come up and help. And to just check in and see if maybe there was a chance they could save her. What if that was you laying there, or your wife, or your sister, or your girlfriend, or your mother? Would you help then, or would you still sit back and probably stare at your phone screen scrolling as if there's something important there for you? The fact that you can't even look around in a room for a man that is strong and that you know would step up and help if something were to go down in there. I know there's still a few out there, and I'm blessed to have plenty of them in my life and in my circle, my community. But for the general public, where are the men? How are you guys out there acting like it's your right and your job and your privilege to be dating and have a girlfriend and start a family when you can't even protect a woman in your presence? It's really disheartening and disgusting to see what is going on, and that the lack of real strong men who will step up and stand up for what is right, it's like too much.
So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but women are allowed to be broke. Yep, I said it. It's men that are not allowed to be broke. It's you men that are not allowed to be broke. And the only men that are going to have a problem with what I'm saying are broke men, stingy men, and men that are not providers. This whole what does a woman bring to the table debacle, That's why I never understood why a woman would be offended when a man calls her broke when she asks him for money. Like, duh, I'm supposed to be broke. I'm supposed to be a damsel in distress, dummy. You're never gonna know how much money I make, if I make any at all. Because bottom line, a man that got money ain't checking for a woman who got money. A man that is secure in his finances is not checking to see what old girl is bringing to the table financially.
A woman could come on this app and have the most mild opinion on dating. Like, literally, they could just be like, oh, I like it when a man holds the door open for me when we go out. And here come 55 unemployed men like clockwork. Bro, y'all don't be clocking into jobs, but y'all be clocking into this app every single day. Immediately start running that mouth. Oh, why should a man open the door for you? What do you bring to the table? Shut up. You don't even have a table. The only thing in your living room is a beach chair and a freaking PS4. Oh my gosh, y'all be so annoying. It literally annoys me so bad because half the time, like, these women aren't even saying nothing crazy. They'll literally just be like, oh, this is what I like. This is what I prefer for my partner to do. And y'all are like, but. Start talking about a damn table. You don't got money to buy a table. That's your problem. That's why you talking so much on this dang app.
Habitual man hater here that just happens to be in a relationship with a man. I find it so crazy how a lot of women will flip on other women as soon as they get into a relationship because all of a sudden they become male centered. That logic sounds so fucking dumb to me. A lot of y'all are single and miserable. A lot of y'all are single because y'all are intolerable. A lot of y'all are single because y'all are only dating men for experiences. Why the fuck do you want this man to take you on wine tastings and trips and all this other shit when you've never even done that shit for yourselves? You can't even afford to. A lot of y'all are complaining saying, why would I waste money to put gas in my car to go on this date? Just say you're fucking broke and shouldn't be dating in the fucking first place. Just say that. It always comes off as miserable, especially when y'all give opinions on shit like, oh, he bought her flowers. Like, that's bare minimum as fuck. Flowers is $14. When the fuck has a man ever bought you some fucking flowers, bitch? And then saying some shit like, oh, I don't date men because I know my worth. I'm just waiting my time. I know my worth. No, the fuck you don't. You've accepted worse before. You've accepted a man not buying you shit and still stayed, but you're just miserable and single. So now all of a sudden you have these fucking opinions and these think pieces.
One of the realizations I've had in my 20s as a single woman who has no intentions of settling down anytime soon or being in like a super long-term committed relationship is that no amount of career or financial success will ever compare to a marriage or kids. And this is not for me personally, but it's just in terms of like not just society, but also in like friendships and stuff. Not that my friends haven't been supportive. I've super supportive, modern forward thinkers as my friends, but a marriage or weddings or children will always supersede every other kind of achievement. So a part of being single and alone is having to celebrate yourself every once in a while, is having to keep drawing attention to you. Not that I want attention from everyone, but always, decentering the conversation about marriage and children in my life or in my conversations. So I celebrate every single milestone. If I work on a really big campaign, I'm always calling my friends over and telling them like, come, I'll treat you, or like, come, let's go for dinner to celebrate this, so that I don't feel behind in my life myself. Even when I talk about how happy I am being single, the kind of comments that I get on my videos are always like, oh, like cat lady incoming, oh, she's going to be miserable in her 40s, or don't get too comfortable at like 40 to 50. You are going to be depressed in your life and you need to use your good years when your body looks good, when your face looks good, when you have market value. That's the time that you have to be like actively dating so someone picks you. Luckily for me, none of these antics or tactics work, only because the vision that I have for my life is much much bigger than just having a family or just being a mom and wife. Not that these are not important. I think these are one of the biggest responsibilities that you will have as a woman, but also I want to be a lot more multi-dimensional, and that's not my focus. So I always have to remind myself that my life still matters. And I also have to remind everyone, hey, I'm single and so are some of my friends, and all of our lives still matter. Our birthdays matter, our achievements matter. And just because we don't have a ring on our finger, I mean, I do have the Aura ring, but just because we don't have like an engagement ring, or just because we don't have any man in our lives, doesn't mean that our lives are not moving forward. It's just, I guess, a constant reminder for myself and for everyone.
I said it before and I'll say it again. There are no wives left. There are plenty of women and girlfriends possibly, but there are no wives left. And I say that because it just gives hood rat. It just gives, we're in a hood rat era. Like they're online talking about how they don't cook. They're online talking about how they don't clean. They're online, they don't want no kids, but yet they're twerking all day. They're VIP bottle rats. Like, it's like, that's all we're seeing. And it's like, these are the behaviors that they're going to teach your future daughters. You know what I mean? So I see why y'all don't want to marry them. It's always baddie, shot o'clock. I don't even know the saying if that's right. I just learned it. Anyways, but like I said, like, I just feel like there are no wives left. Again, if you're just looking for a woman to do sexual things with and probably give her some money, I'm pretty sure a lot of people like that arrangement, because they're online talking about how they don't do all these things, but then they get mad when they ask a man for $500 on a random Tuesday. It's like, why are y'all expecting money from men who y'all aren't giving anything to? I mean, ass or cash? I mean, y'all gonna have to make some decisions pretty soon. I mean, it's just seeming like women, like, men are cooking more, they're cleaning, they're doing everything by themselves. It's kind of like women are becoming obsolete, because it's like, what do you have to offer? What besides some ass? I mean, what do you have to offer? I mean, men appreciate a home cooked meal. They appreciate even appreciation. That's the freest thing you can give a man. He will love you to the end of time if you show him appreciation. He can be starving, and if you appreciate him, he will still be like, oh, thanks, babe. You know, but it's like, y'all not cooking, y'all not cleaning, y'all are embarrassing to be with. It's like, y'all talking about how embarrassing men are. No, women are really embarrassing. Like, imagine coming home from work and there's no meal, and you got to cook your own meal. Imagine coming home from work and this girl been here all day and your house is dirty. It's like, that is embarrassing. You know, like, in the night, I mean, y'all keep talking about, I'm always bringing up the past. I am always bringing up the past. Like, oh, they were getting beat. Everybody was, my grandma didn't get beat, but the house was still clean and the meals were still cooked. Okay, let me just talk about stuff that I know for a fact that my grandmas did not get. They put paws on because they was, you know, good women. But maybe y'all grandmas was hood rat. Maybe y'all grandmas was hoes. Maybe that's why they was getting beat. Shit, I don't know. But if that's all y'all got to go back on, something's got to change.
A girl posted a video about how we are in a single epidemic, like an overwhelmingly large amount of people who are single, yet everyone seems to be looking for love. And I'd like to add my 2 cents as to why I think that is. I think it's 3 main things. I think, one, everything has to be social media approved now. It's not enough for you to find somebody that makes you happy. You also have to find someone that is going to put you in a relationship where you're able to brag about it all on social media, and that's not helpful. 2, the idea that there is going to be this perfect person who completely understands you upon meeting them, and you won't have to communicate the way that you want to be treated, and you won't have to have these tough conversations, and everything will just work out perfectly. That's not helpful. And then 3, which I think is like probably the most deadly, and something that I myself am very guilty of, is that we have gotten so far into like encouraging everyone to be independent and be happy on their own, which is important. I say it all the time. It is very important. But I think that we're kind of in a point where we've overcorrected. Like, you keep seeing this rhetoric of like, oh, you don't owe people this, you don't owe people that, like, you don't have to put up with that. And I think that you guys are missing the fact that, like, when you are in a relationship with someone, even if it's not romantic, even in a friendship, there are going to be aspects of this relationship that are not necessarily pleasant all the time. And the solution can't always be, well, never mind, I'm just going to be single. I'm just going to be by myself. Or let's just go no contact. Let's just not even be friends anymore. That's not the solution. Everything cannot be solved by, oh, I'll just be by myself and let's just not do this anymore. That's not how you stay in a relationship. Yes, you do need to be independent. Yes, you need to get to a place where you are happy on your own. But if you want to be in a relationship, it is going to come with tough decisions and decisions that will come where you could make the choice to say, I'm just going to be single. Let's just not try anymore. Or you could compromise and be patient and be forgiving. Like being in a relationship of any sort, again, not even romantic, being in any sort of relationship is going to cause you to have some sort of a conflict. And you can't solve conflict if your very first or last answer is to just say, let's forget it. Let's just split up. That's not how you stay together. I'm glad and I'm grateful that society and women specifically, really women, have moved past a point of needing to be in a relationship because, like, if you weren't attached to a man, then you could not provide for yourself. I'm glad for that. But the reason why your grandparents and all of them stayed together was because they had to stay together and they didn't have any choice. And that it's great that we're not in that anymore. But I do think in order to maintain a long-term partnership, especially with someone you want to be with for the absolute rest of your life, you do need to have a mindset of like, okay, I'm going to be in this. Like leaving actually is not an option. Like I'm going to stay and I'm going to make this relationship the best that I can make it because that's what I committed to. That's what I decided to do. And leaving and being by myself is not an option. But when everybody is so quick to say, let's just give up, throw my hands up and walk away, you can't stay together that way. That doesn't make any sense. And again, this is something that I'm guilty of. I've talked about this multiple times. Like, I'm the very first person to throw my hands up and say, just don't call me no more. Leave me alone. But again, that's not how you stay in a relationship. And I think that a lot of us are at that place, both men and women, where we have decided it's easier to just be by myself. And yes, it is easier in a lot of ways for you to be by yourself, but that doesn't mean that that is the answer, especially since there's only so much growing and self-development and healing that you can do when you're by yourself. Once you get to a certain point, you need someone there to reflect you back to you. You need someone to show you your shortcomings. You need somebody to show you the things in you that still need to be healed. So being single and being alone and just giving up on having relationships as soon as they get tough is not the answer. And I really do think that is why we're in such an epidemic.
The women are not going to like me for this one, but I don't care because it needs to be said. Not everything is grounds for divorce. I don't understand. I don't understand how there are women, the multitude of women on social media trying to convince a different woman to leave their spouse over the smallest, most ridiculous things. Okay. I'm sorry. I saw a video this morning of a woman crying in her bathroom because her husband didn't respond the way that she wanted him to her wearing lingerie. Now, I validate that woman's feelings and she's allowed to cry about that and be like, you know what? I now don't feel as pretty as I thought I was going to feel because he didn't respond the way that I wanted to. But he didn't respond bad. He didn't say, you're disgusting, get out of my sight. He said, you look good. And she wanted something more. She wanted something bigger. She wanted him to tackle her, right? Which I get, but you don't get to control another person's response. You don't get to control the way that he acts in that situation. So the amount of women in her comments saying that's not your husband, girlie, go find you another man is disgusting. That's not, if he's abusing you, if he's cheating on you, or doing something illegal, okay, get out. And I'm all for having healthy marriages, but like, I would never convince my friend to leave her husband. I'm going to say, did you try everything? Did you do everything you could possibly do? Can you walk away from this situation knowing full good and well, saying it to Jesus, I did everything in my power to save my marriage? Because some of you guys are acting like marriage is just a transaction, like it's so flippant. And you guys are convincing other women to leave their husbands for ridiculous things because he didn't respond the way that you wanted him to respond.
That's women trying to convince you to leave. That's just gross. It's gross behavior, and I'm not for it.
Okay, this is a message for all the girlies. How long are we waiting to say, like, on to the next with the man? I mean, like, how long are we waiting? Are we waiting 24 hours, 48 hours? Some people wait longer, and, you know, that's fine. But I personally believe we live in a digital age, right? So 24 hours, I think, is a lot. If they've just, like, ignored you for a full day, and you've been back and forth talking and, you know, it's going good, and they've just, like, not messaged you, bye-bye. Because, honestly, we're on our phones all the time. It takes 4 to 10 seconds to send a message being like, hey, oh my God, my day is going to be so busy. If you don't hear from me, that's why. Done. But they don't. And then, like, you know, by that time you start to question, like, why haven't they done it? And then it's just this repeated cycle. Also, you're reinforcing that behavior, by the way, girlies. If you give them positive reinforcement for that, they're going to be like, oh, I can do it. Let's see how long I can do it for. No, I really reckon, like, 2 days is a lot. Like, you ever messaged me in 2 days? What, did your phone break? Did you forget how to use an iPhone? What happened? Like, come on.